Hello guys, thank you so much for joining us today. This is Moon's Day, so as above, so below. Welcome to my live. I want to say to each and every one of you guys, if this is your first time being a part of my live, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. These are the African traditional sciences by which we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. To all of my newbies that are a part of this program, I teach universal laws. I do not teach my personal beliefs, neither my practices, but what I do is teach the universal laws because they apply and are applicable to each and every one of us. To each and all of you, first of all, I want to say salutations to my Madrina, to my Padrino, and to my Oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Ajay. Why I say these things? Because no matter what particular tradition that you're in, universal laws apply to each and every one of us. I had got an opportunity to do a live on TikTok. I haven't done a live on TikTok in a minute. What's up there, my Shamari, my Sasha Pearson House Cancer? There is my Gemini. What's up there, my Jalicia? Yeah, because it don't share like that. Jalicia Sweet, thank you so much for being with us, darling. To each and every one of you guys as they're chiming in, I want to say to many of you guys, when I say melanated people, I'm talking about people that have carbon energy inside of them and our skin texture that comes from melanin. And I'm one of the things that I'm trying to do in this season is to educate people so they can get more out of life and understanding how to be who they are in the space and in the skin they're in, and have an opportunity of how to connect with their ego's ancestry, how to connect with whatever their particular belief system. Not to give you a fairy tale way of resolving issue, but giving you something very realistic and something that actually works. I do realize that if I'm not cussing somebody out or roasting somebody, our people really need to get into wanting to be taught. Our people need to really get into we have the same monies, but we're spending it very differently. And this live today is going to be a gut wrencher. It's going to be something for you to really reflect on, and knowing that it's not my opinion. When you're practicing in the ATRs, whether it's Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Apollo, you got to be looking and checking for, especially when we're in a season where you need to be gaining as much knowledge, wisdom, understanding, because like the song said, mama may have, daddy may have, but God bless the child that it has his own. What's up, my Chris, my Sagittarius from Philadelphia? Don't forget, this is Super Chat. Anybody could store a Super Chat to notify this monetized channel. Google pay me when they feel like it. Anyway, but I really am concerned with a lot of the things that are going on with African American people and just African melanated people all around the globe. And some of us have the advantage that we do have our history. Some of us has the advantage that we do speak our native tongue. But when it comes down to us coming together as a collective and getting things done, we are still struggling. There are certain fairy tale expectations that should not be in your mind, and there are certain things that you should be expecting when it comes down to someone that's practiced Ifa or Voodoo or Santeria, Lukumi or Congo or Apollo. When it comes down to real magic and real spellcraft, and when I speak about magic, I'm talking about real magic. I'm talking about being able to connect with the cosmos, being able to connect with the extraterrestrial, being able to summon energy in and disperse energy as he or she so fit. I'm not talking about having more bark than you got bite. I'm not interested in that. You may know all the mumbles, but you still ain't got no power. You may know all the patakis, you may know all the same, but you are not in connection. I'm talking about people that are actually doing the magic, the people that are connected to the Egun, people that are actually out here operating with nature and being a part of that chain. This is what I want melanated people to get back. This is how you become the god and goddess. Is the transformation easy? No. Is the process easy? No. Is it worth it? Absolutely, sir and ma'am. It is worth it. But it is not going to come to you because you say you want it. It's not going to come to you because you endeavor in the path. It's going to come to you because you're going to endure hardness as a good soldier and go through whatever it is that the ego sees fit and be okay with that. I don't like everything that I go through. But I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for that. What's up there, my Demetrius? Gemini is in the house. So all of these things that I teach lets me know and lets you know who's really serious about their practice, who understands that without financial support, without camaraderie, without being able to listen and to process information correctly. Let me say this, and I'm going to say this, and I'm not, like I said, I'm a Sagittarius, Moon in Aries, and Rising sign Pisces. Before I say that, let me say this. Hello, salutations to my Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of you guys. Now, there must be, let me scoot up. I'm cleaning off my desk and everything. There must be a certain level of education. Because in order to comprehend, and when we came up, we call it reading with comprehension. That means you actually comprehend what you have read. When you have a problem being able to comprehend what you're actually ingesting, that's a problem. When you have a problem in like real communication, it is being able to process what you have heard. And when we're still living in a time where people are responding to people based on what they think they're saying because how they feel. What's up there? Nisi is in the house. What's up there, Aries? Mama Susan is in the house, Gemini. So when I share information on these platforms, you need to understand that this information is being shared to you from somebody that's been doing magic since they were a child. Somebody that has a great success rate when it comes down to conjuring and manifesting situations and circumstances. And when I'm discussing things because they actually matter to melanated people. Whether you consider them valuable or not will be determined based off of what you want out of life. But anybody that is truly on these paths, anybody that's truly practicing any of these paths, know that the things that I teach are essential to your growth, your development, and your ability to protect thyself or to be around people that have the ability to protect you and provide for you. When it comes down to real magic and real spirituality, guys and girls, it is an ongoing process of learning and investment. Don't ever forget that. You need to excel in math. You need to excel in science. It is going to be essential to be a great alchemist. Now, if you want to be basic and if you want to be beneath average, sir, ma'am, this ain't allowed for you. I believe in the spirit of excellence. I believe that it's people's responsibility. Just like in college, your teacher ain't going to beg you to come to class. You get up off your ass and get to class, whether you got to come in class in your pajamas or whatever. As long as you get your lesson and pass your test, you good, okay? So you might not come with your briefcase, but you come with your information, all right? So thank you to each and every one of you guys. Oh, hold on, let me put my glasses on. So when I say melanated people, I am concerned about the overall well-being of our physical, emotional, and mental health. And we're getting into spirituality, trying to fix areas of our life that we have not submitted ourselves into spirituality. And what I mean by this, sir and ma'am, the divine is not first in your life. Just like you should be married if you don't want to be a husband or wife, but you want the benefits of marriage, the same reason why you should be initiated and you should not be seeking after Orishas, Loa, Nkisi, and Pungo, and any other entity, whether it is Anubis, whether it is Asat, Maya, it don't matter. Commitment is so important for melanated people. The reason why I keep educating you about black history is because if you don't understand history, you will repeat it. And you will repeat it normally, unknowingly, and without being in an intention. What I am trying to offer melanated people, whether it's through my platform, through my graveyard work, or through these lives, is an opportunity to listen and try improving information. And you, sir and ma'am, determine whether you want to continue to live in those realities. This is why I applaud my baby Scorpio and my baby Shamari and even my baby Stormy and the younger people here. Because you have the ability to learn and get this information younger, and you will process it very differently if you find yourself in a later in age. And I'm going to teach this on today. Acting your age will keep you safe in your seasons. I'm going to say it again. That's my subject. Acting your age will keep you safe, secure in your seasons. Because you get older does not mean the 4 seasons change. I'm going to say that again. Just because you refuse to go back to school, because you refuse to educate yourself, because you refuse to get better type of friends or people around you, as you get older, your decisions are going to impact your life quite differently. Your inability to work well with others, when you get older, it's going to impact your reality very differently. So this is what we want to talk. When I say melanated, when I talk about energy and frequency and vibration, spell work. I am doing the type of working, receiving these ngangas as in my 50s. I have more experience, but I'm also healthy enough. I would not have done any of this that I'm doing now in my 60s, because the toll that it pulls on your body is tremendous. And as you get older, your body changes. I don't care how healthy you are. I don't care how well your diet is. Things change as the older you get. It is just what the process is. Now, I want to first start to all of my grown people, and some of you guys may be working and you may find this later on in the evening. I have to go to the store. I need to go back to the cemetery before it actually gets too dark, because they're afraid that I'm out there worshiping the devil and doing all that. And so I try to appease some of the actions of people. Now, Proverbs 20 and 29. In honor of my Hedorisha Mafedifun Oya Mafedifun Babluaye, in honor of who I'm rocking on tonight is Mafedifun Shango, king of the religion. I want to say, please give me an opportunity to educate you. And this may change your life and how you face real magic, energy, frequency, and vibration. Proverbs 20, verse 29. Verse 29 says, the glory, what's up there, Ryan? The glory of a young man or young men is their strength. We're going to read this again. The glory of young men is their strength. That's the glory. That's the top and the bottom, whether you're an Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo. But somebody that's been practicing magic since I was a child, I know what I'm talking about. Now, it also goes on to say, the beauty or the glory of an old man is his gray hair or his experience. The glory of a young man is their strength. The glory of an old man is his experience. I was blessed enough when I was practicing magic and spirituality, I was learning from older people, elders. A lot of y'all out here are learning magic from people that have very little experience. Very little experience in life. Very little experience in these practices. And so therefore, they themselves are limited. I'm going to say this again. What's up, Sister Cal? What's up, my Ryan? My Libra and how? What's up, Jeremy? Why, Apostle, does this matter to me? Because when you are young and you're in that circumference of time, you should be utilizing your strength to put you in better position in life. And what happens to younger people a lot of times, especially melanated people, they waste their youth, which is their strength, on foolishness. Trying to be a wife or a husband to people that down the road you ain't even going to be with. Trying to be too grown. But let me explain something to you. It is so important that if you're going to practice magic and you're going to practice spirituality, then you need to utilize your youth to your advantage. Put your time in studying. Put your time in listening. Put your time in at getting your monies together. When you are out here trying to practice money as a young man or woman, and you are more interested in going and getting in the streets, like when I was getting out of school, I was going to my spiritual dad. The reason when you see the knowledge and the wisdom and understanding, and when I was married at 19, I stayed in my Bible. The information that I'm able to spew out of my mouth, you got to understand, I did a lot of that stuff when I was young. I was going to Bible college when I was young. I was doing conjure when I was young. I was going to the cemetery when I was in my strength. When I can carry different items and objects with me into the cemetery while I was young. See, that my conjure was already operating in my gift while I was young. And yes, I was zealous, I was hard-headed, but guess what? I was up under elders that were putting me in check. And so therefore, a lot of the advantages that I have at 51 really came because of how I was being tutelage and was taking instruction in my youth. Older people can teach you how to use your strength to your advantage. I want to talk to somebody on today. If you learn Psalm 23 from somebody that is elder and have used that psalm in so many different ways, the stuff that you would know as a young man or woman with that same psalm, but from a perspective of an elder, somebody with experience and age, have weathered storms, have subdued enemies and adversaries, it's a whole different level of magic. Young people that are out here trying to learn from young people, baby, you got strength on your side. You don't have wisdom. You don't have insight. The reason why a lot of these older people are messed up in these ATRs is because they did not do what they needed to do when they was young. Your inability to listen and to follow instruction has affected your age when you got older. It says the glory of an older person is their experience. How many people you know right now, don't matter if it's an Ifa, Voodoo, Christianity, whatever, do not act their age? How many people you know right now that are older but trying to act young? I said, if you want to be safe, there are certain levels of experience that you should be able to share, to explain, and to give light to the younger generation. But when you have older tatas and older mambos and older hugans and older boko that are trying to compete with the young, what the young is doing, they are right where they need to be. You should have already built up your clientele. At your age, you should have already built up your credit. At your age, you should already have surpassed certain things. But when you don't do right in your life, spiritually or naturally, it puts you behind. And now you out here competing with 30-year-old conjurers, 40-year-old conjurers, 20-year-old conjurers. And now you're trying to stifle their growth because you did not do what you needed to do. Y'all want to know what's going on in our communities? You want to understand why it is that way in our country? It's because people not acting their age. I'm always telling my babes, you young, I give them information for where they are. Why, if you are going to be in spiritual practices, why aren't you acting your age? Me and my sons had a conversation today. At my age, I told him, I said, well, Dad, I know you're going through a lot and you're dealing with a lot of spiritual work. Listen, I'm older. I'm 51. The stunts I used to pull when I was in my 20s, I can't pull them no more. And I don't have, Mr. Mario not here, I don't have that help. And so these warfare, I have to be smart about it. And I've never, my kid was something like, I've never had health issues. And so the thing that I'm going through these ceremonies, and one thing I told him, I said, I should have gave myself more time because I'm older and going through, because I went from ceremony to ceremony to ceremony, and powerful conjure, it still weighs on the body. And so that's hindsight, because I have never been through it before, so therefore now I can talk about it. But if it was, I cannot share this is what I mean to many of you guys. You cannot walk in the glory as a young man or a woman when you're trying to be my age. There's things that you need to learn as a young person. David, before he became the king, he had to learn. What's up, my baby Scorpio? He had to learn how to tend to his father's sheep. The stuff that you need to be tending to while you're yet young, while you still have the strength on your side, while you still got time on your side, while you out there. Let me tell you, I'm not telling you how to have your fun. I'll never tell you that, because I had mine. I didn't just become an old hoe. I was a young hoe too. I'm going to say that again. I didn't just become an old hoe. I was a young hoe. That's why you don't see me as a 51-year-old doing the stuff that hoes in their 20s doing. Because I know I'm beyond that. I'm past that. I had my fun. Now I do things that are safe and secure. You understand? I'm going to say it again. Things that you are getting involved in right now in your age bracket, you should not be doing. I have people out here trying to do conjugal. You don't even have a stable income. At a certain age, you need to be acting your age. As a young person, you should be asking questions because you don't know shit. I'm going to say this again. If you are a young man or woman and you're not asking questions because you think you know it all, baby, you're going to make it very hard for yourself down the road. And I don't care if it's about counting money. I don't care if it's about credit. I don't care if it's about burning candles or burning incense. When you are young, you need to be listening. I'm going to say this again. When you are young, your mouth needs to be closed because you ain't lived enough to talk. You should be investing. You should be putting money away. You should be doing all these things. Instead of you running down how many inches of dick he has, unless you can able to put that in a safe deposit box, ma'am, you're wasting time. Sir, while you worried about how big her booties is, how big is your account? Because her big titties and her big ass cannot go through the swiper. It's not going to buy groceries, not going to pay bills. Unless she's a prostitute. Or unless she's a stripper. And that can only last so long. I need y'all to understand where I'm coming from. Glory means the advantages that you have when you're young. The advantages that you have when you are old. When I say old, I mean that you have gotten to a point. The type of content that I did as a young man, I'm not doing that as no 51-year-old man. You don't have to be in grandpa's stage to be an older man. Men mature around 40, 45 years old. I always tell people you got to treat this like nature. When you got that man, what stage was he in? Did he just start blooming on the tree? Did he just start budding? Or he's been on that tree a while? He's ripened on the tree. Or has he been on the tree so long till he's gotten rotten and fell off the tree? Are you understanding? Everybody goes through stages. When you talk about moon and lunar energy, it's your cycle. And the conversations and the things of interest, when it comes down to magic, it should differ between an older man or older woman and a younger man or younger woman. Because your cycles is where your advantages are. When you're not taking care of certain things, this is why I tell young people, be careful how you handle your body. Every 10 years, you need to do an inventory. You need to keep up with your dick count. Sir, you need to keep up with your pussy count. There's certain things, if you're going to participate as a young man or a young woman, you need to understand that what you're able to do and the troubles you can do and create while you're young, when you get older, them troubles are still going to be there. But you're not going to have that strength on your side. Don't make life hard for yourself in conjure with bad behavior. Don't let your bad behavior cause you to just mess up your name before you ever get started in life. This is the stuff that people need to be learning about conjure. First of all, I have been known as a respectable young man since I was a child. I remember I was selling Amway and going to different houses and stuff, selling Amway, trying to make my money. I always been a hustler. And I went to this one house and Miss Walker, and she called me Little Bit. And anybody that knows Amazon, or I'm not Amazon, but Amway, know that the products are very costly, to say the very least. To sell Amway Amway products, you're gonna have to be a real good seller. So she came in, she said, "Hey, Little Bit." I said, "Hello, Miss Walker, blah blah blah." So I'm sitting there. My mom used to do her hair, and she said, when I got through with my little sales pitch, she said, "Little Bit," she said, "this stuff you trying to sell me, I can go right on down there and get this right out in front of you." She said, "But I'm gonna buy this from you." She said, "I remember when I used to come to your mama's shop. I want to talk to young people. Listen to me, baby. I don't care what kind of magic you want to do. Listen to me and listen to me well." She said, little bit, I could buy this in another place and get the same thing, but I'm going to buy it from you." She said, "When your people had all that money and all that property," she said, "you were always respectful. You were always saying no ma'am and yes ma'am." She said, "You ain't never sassed me," because back in the day, that's the word they used, sass me, stuff like that. Respect, young people, will take you where money cannot take you. I'm going to say this again. I know right now you don't think it matters about yes ma'am and good morning and all of this. Mannerism, spiritual mannerism or natural mannerism. I know you may not think it matters because everybody out here shaking their ass and popping their hops and all this stuff. Let me tell you something. The favor that will fall on your life when your elders are blessing you. I'm going to say this again. The favor that will fall on your life when you get in a series of health issues, you get in a series of warfares, you get into financial situations, those blessings that were spoken over your life by people that were elders, that love and value your respect towards them, will take you through trials and tribulation that people would not, it was a, how did he or she got through there? Because when they were young, they respected their elders. I want to show you the magic behind it. This ain't about that all elder people are good and they always do right. No. This ain't about them. This is your mental energy. The fact that as the Egun would understand. This is why me and Virginia Michael, I'm older than him. This is why we ain't got no problem. Because I know how to respect him. I don't care what his age is. Because I have learned what respect does. And I'm trying to share melanated people. All that disrespectful behavior that you have in your life, it's going to cause you problems when you get older. It's going to make your name bad. So when you start a business, people are going to have a negative outlook on you. Even though I'm practicing black arts and voodoo and all this other stuff, people have a lot. They don't understand my character. I do some hazardous work. But when you have good character and you learn that when you were young and you don't do anything and you don't say anything and you don't bother people and you ain't in everybody's business, baby, I'm trying to tell you, it'll take you in places in your life that other people can't go. A lot of y'all think that those blocks on your life have to do with somebody closing your road. It's just that you're a disrespectful ass person. The language that you use will determine how people respond to you. When you are young, your strength can work for you or against you. So let me talk to my elders. And please don't get offended about what I'm saying because I'm Sagittarius and our people are going through too much. The fact that you have seen 72 seasons. The fact that you have been through 43 winters. The fact that you have had 51 summers. The fact that you've had more than your share of men and women. Experience. I'm talking to you. I need you to understand. Your glory is your experience. At this juncture in life, you can promote the generation behind you further and deeper because of your experience. But what has happened? You didn't learn shit when you got here. I'm going to tell you. When you were in summer, you ain't learned nothing. When you were in autumn, you ain't learned nothing. When you were in winter, you ain't learned nothing. When spring came, you ain't learned nothing because you were so busy doing you wasn't gaining experience. You were so mad about what you had to go through, you didn't learn nothing. And therefore, you can't teach nothing. So therefore, you're always going to be insecure when somebody asks you a question. Someone asks a question. Why do I sing when I lift my hands to Jesus? For you to have lived these seasons, and you can't tell a younger person in their season in voodoo, their season in hoodoo, their season in Christianity, their season in relationship, their season when it comes down to money, their season dealing with racism. You ain't got nothing to offer us but bullshit. You done been in the kitchen how many times? How many times you got to burn a pot before you learn how to cook? How many times you got to burn a biscuit to learn how to cook? How many meals did you got to go through before you could teach your young one how to satisfy their husband? Instead of us having better relationships because of the elders, we actually have worse relationships because of the elders. You should be able to teach them more than one way to skin a cat. Your experience is your strength. You should know by the time they open up their mouth and they didn't feel what it said, where they headed, where they going, baby, hold on. That ain't what you want to do. I know why you're upset and I know what you're going through, but I'm going to tell you that look at it like this. When people come to me about conjure, I simplify. I've been doing this too long. When I come on social media, you cannot break down this stuff to them because you don't have my experience. I know exactly why I'm using a particular scripture. I know why I'm using a particular thought. Everything is strategic. It's definitely intentional. I know exactly why I'm addressing the issue. And therefore, the reason why I know you're going to get offended, because I already know you have certain insecurities. And it's because as an elder, you did not pass your test. As an elder, you were absent when class was going on. As an elder, you were too busy giving up ass and sucking dick to actually learn anything. You can't teach the young man or the young woman how to be quiet and behave because you ain't never learned it. The things that you should be able to teach us about summer, winter, fall, and spring, you can't teach it. And if that young person learns enough, they're going to know that you ain't learned nothing. You just an old bitch. You just an old nigga. That's all you are. You just like the Bible said, you are a salt that has lost its savor. Is good for what? Nothing. You got all these years on earth, on planet earth. You done seen all these seasons on all these changes of events, and you cannot put us up on game? Old as you is, you can't put us up on game? Come on, baby. Let's not play games. Let's understand why we should have stronger root workers, but we got weaker root workers. We should have stronger conjurers and mystic and agile, but they're weaker because of the elders. The elders. You got children raising themselves in conjure. If it didn't work in the natural, children raising children, it ain't going to work in the spirit. How you going to teach yourself stuff you don't even know to even ask? Can I say it again? See, I got enough sense to know to go to my elders. What I'm taking out, wasting our time trying to figure out, the elder already know. And they know more than one way to get where you're trying to get. that's the benefit of having elders. That's the benefit of being an elder. Your experience. And what has your experience taught us? We're waiting. We know you got the age. What can your experience teach us? How can we utilize this in our everyday life, elder? Because that's your glory. That's your strength. Young man, when you step to an elder, young lady, when you step to an elder, you're supposed to get the insight, which is called wisdom. Not only do they have the know-how, not only do they have the understanding, but they have the insight, the wisdom, how to apply it. So therefore, your learning should become easier. Not easy, easier. And even when you find yourself in a jam, an elder has more than one way for you to get out because they've gone through those very things, because ain't nothing new up under the sun. This is why you got to understand about these old bitches and these old niggas. Ain't nothing, sir and ma'am, is new up under the sun. So that individual, I got at least 51 years of experience. And you come to me, whether you're older than me, if I have been doing conjure since I'm a child, that means I have a multitude of experiences, don't I? And I was learning from older people. So that puts me in a whole different genre. That's why a lot of people done got messed up. They used to prophesy to me all the time by letting no man despise my youth. I'll be telling myself in my mind, you can despise my youth all day long, I will whoop your ass. Because I didn't learn conjure from children. I didn't learn voodoo from children. I learned that from grown adult experienced as people. I didn't learn conjure from books. I learned it from gray heads. That's why I talk like I talk, even at 51 years of age. You should be able to do and teach us. I know you don't want to hear it, because you don't think this affect your magic. You don't think this affect your generation. You don't think this affect your household. The mere fact that you are that old and you have not and cannot promote our generations forward with all of those experiences. This is what hurts our young people. Because the fact that they're coming to you as an older person, all you can teach them how to stay in a relationship with that ain't going nowhere. You don't have to want to hear what I got to say. The truth is going to be the truth, regardless. And that's why your children are losing battles. Because when your daughter or your son comes to you, you're supposed to teach them how to come out on top. Because you done been there and done that. How, after listening to your experience, is your daughter or your son, your goddaughter, your godson, is losing battle when you're supposed to carry the experience? Anybody that comes to me for a conjure, anybody that comes to me for spiritual services, they're coming to me because I'm supposed to be experienced. I'm supposed to be able to shed certain light. And I want you to think about how many people are coming in and out of this live because they don't want to hear the truth. You don't have a problem with the conditions of our generations, but you want to sit around and complain and talk about people. You don't have a right as an elder. Because if you did everything wrong in your life, you can teach us how not to do what's wrong. Because you have experience. I don't care if you did everything right or wrong. You have no reason not to be able to, through your experience, teach us something. Shed light on something. Make it easier for us to see our way about something. That is the purpose of you, sir and ma'am, having those experiences. When I talked to my baby Scorpio, she said, oh, it scares me. I said, baby, it's okay for it to be scared, but this is how you navigate. Because I got experience. It is safe. You keep yourself safe when you act your age. When I see people coming into my life just because I look young. Yes, I do. I look young and I'm good and I'm delicious. But you sit in my life and you underestimate my experience. That's not on me, that's on you. I never said I was a novelist. I never said I was an amateur. You assume that you had more experience than I have. And that's why you're going through what you're going through. Huh? I know how to handle a lot of these situations in various ways. Been there, done that, and I was taught by other people that taught me how to handle some of these things, because there ain't nothing new up under the sun. You ain't the first liar I done dealt with. You ain't the first thief I done dealt with. You ain't the first accident I done had. You ain't the first sexual partner I done had. I done been married twice. This is experience sitting up here. At this age of your life, when you're old, why don't you already have certain things in place? Because you done had the time. You done had the time. Older and elder people should be in a place where they're able to do more because they understand what life entails. They understand what's necessary and what's not necessary. Acts 2:17. I know I should be getting cash apps, I should be getting Zales, I should be getting, but you don't want to listen to this. That's what's wrong with our race of people. We don't want to be corrected. We want to complain about the present state of the ATRs, the present state of our men being in prison. Let me ask you this: if it's so many good conjurers out here, why we have so many black men in prison? There's spells out here, there's conjures out here that set people free. I done seen them done, and I done done them myself. Where's the experience? Oh, okay. I know I'm making a point. You done been in church all your life and your son can't get out of prison. Your daughter's still locked up. She can't get her kids back. Say that for somebody that don't have no experience. Acts, the 2nd chapter, verse 17. I told you these lives are going to be doozy. Acts, the 2nd chapter, verse 17. It said, and it shall come to pass in the last days, saith God, by title, I will pour out of my spirit. This is God giving out of himself on all flesh. Specifically, your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, speaking the word of the Lord. And your young men shall see vision. So the young men, young women out there are going to be having vision. Correct, Amundo? And it goes on to say, and your old men shall dream dreams. Your old men and old women shall dream. So when you're young in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Christianity, you're going to see visions. When you get older, you're going to have dreams. They're both visions. Day vision and night vision. They're both ability to see. But an older person is going to dream dreams. And those dreams are going to be prophetic. Those dreams are going to be insightful. And because of them being older, they're going to understand the interpretation thereof of their dreams. I'm going to say this again. Your age will affect how spirits manifest in your body. When the older you get, the manifestation changes, because it changes along with your cell. It changes with your metabolism. It changes what your body's strong enough to be able to do. A spirit is not going to set in you when they know that it sitting in you will kill you, because they know that your heart ain't together. This ain't together. You got this going on. All of these things are essential for you to know. There are certain ceremonies that you need to go. Like, there's no way I would have made it through these ceremonies in my 60s. I don't care how good I look and how good my body. This Kobe Inde, housing the power of Kobe Inde, it ain't been no joke. Because the same way your body uses muscles in the natural is the same way your body uses muscles in the spirit. When those spirits are coming in and those energies are coming in, the older you are, the spirit has to work with you differently. So some of the things that you may want to do in conjure, you need to do it while you're young, baby. While you need to do it in health. While certain things are on your side. And it takes economics. But we don't have no money saved up because our older people spend everything they got. Older people in the day I come, they always save for a rainy day. You might not have no money for the lawyer, but grandma do. You might not have money for the program. Hey, Baba, Sunday, you might not have money, and you think you're going to be a victim, but mama know. I know my child. I know how my child is, huh? They ain't paying because they understand that you still trying to learn finances. See, my sons don't have to sit down and explain to me, Daddy, why I need some help and assistance here and there. They don't have to explain that to me because I'm already out here in these waters. I don't make my children go through no changes because I done already been there. So if you need me here and there because you in a strain or a tight or something miscellaneous happen, you ain't got no business explaining certain things to your elders because they done been there and done that. But nowadays, the grandma ain't number 31 years old. The great grandma ain't number 44 years old. Spirits. What's up, my Monique 444 in the house? Crab cakes. Some of y'all think y'all got time. And you don't. Some of y'all don't realize you need to be doing certain things to catch up. Because you're not aware that you're getting older. You need to be, if you're young, you need to be listening to an elder that got some experience. That done got some victory. Not just because they got gray hair. Some of y'all don't even want nobody to know you got gray hair. Look here. This ain't just for men. All of this is a regular cut. But when my hair grow, you see my gray. I just don't have no gray downstairs. But it's experience down there too. Just because it's still black down there don't mean it ain't got experience. Praise God. Anyway. You don't value your experience on earth. I know you don't believe that. But that's what we need. That's where the wisdom gonna come in. That's where you're gonna capitalize on the same seasons. Because you need elders. But when you're sitting around your aunties and your uncles and they sound just like you, baby, you in trouble. When your elders are on the same shit you own and you young, you is in trouble, boo. Stop talking about grandma cool. Stop talking about auntie cool. No, bitch, you in trouble. Because this bitch ain't learned nothing and she ain't evolved, she ain't grown. So therefore, when you facing problems, she gonna tell you stuff you already know. She not gonna be able to tell you shit you don't know. Because she ain't grown. She ain't involved through her seasons. He ain't involved. Unc can't tell you nothing because he's still on the same shit he was when he was 20. He's still out there chasing hoes instead of hoes chasing him. He's an old nigga. He ought to know how to get them. He ought to know how to get them chicken. And my uncle said, throw that chicken feed out there and get them chickens to come around you. You's a rooster and you's an old rooster. How you don't know how to cock-a-doodle-doo? You're the older conjurer. You're the older mystic, an older Ajay, an older Yaya Boko. Why you don't know no backwoods shit? I'm 51 years old and I know more backwoods and dark magic. I ain't in no books. Than are some of these older people. They older in age, but they ain't got the experience. Because they were still with that mindset, know just enough. They were never ambitious to go out and learn. They were never ambitious enough to go out and open their mind. And so therefore they are very limited at what they can teach you and what they can give you. And so instead of acknowledging their failure, what they're going to do is act like you're trying to do too much. You're trying to want too much. But there's no bottom and top in God. It's an infinite. Infinite. So what have you been doing in the school of life? In voodoo? Hoodoo, Obia, conjure, prayer warrior. You don't know how to make a prayer fervent where it can avail much. You don't know the secrets. You don't know the ingredients. You ain't got no recipes. Old as your ass. You don't got no recipes of your own about life. Damn what the books say. The book is nice, But you've been old, you're an elder in Santeria. What's your recipe for money luck? What's your recipe for cleansing? What has worked in your life and made things move in your life that you can give these young people? That somebody can't go and read the same book they doing, and not. That's why a lot of y'all having issues when it comes to conjugal, because some of y'all got the same information. You're just as limited as the other person you fighting. These people weren't gonna never prevail against me, because I was always coming from a place of experience. My rising sign is Pisces. An old soul rules my head. An old soul. The spirit behind me is an older man. I always have gone to the elders. The Bible talks about the 24 elders that sit around the throne, baby. To be an elder is something to be honored. When you are elder and you're still chasing pussy and dick and ass, you have not done your work. I'm saying that bad. Did you hear me? When you're out here running the streets at your age, you have not done your work. When you can't let young people be young people, you have not done your work. Psalms 37. I told you I had something for you. There's no way at some of y'all age that you shouldn't already have your graveyard. I got young people out here in better states of graveyard work, conjure, than some of you of older estate. Let me ask you this. How do you think young people that are making better choices than you're making gonna show you and listen to you when your life does not line up where they're looking at? Explain that to me. You wouldn't have to beg so hard for respect if your life actually reflected something that was worth them listening to. Keep on listening to all them other people. Go on right ahead. Keep on playing with time, because at the end of the day, you're going to find yourself older and don't have your tools. You're going to find yourself older and still doing the same thing you were going through when you were younger. That's your life. Do you want your life to be like that, or you want to learn something that's going to actually make things happen in your life? That's why I was telling Keith about the stuff she learned at her age. What she going to be able to do for her daughter, what older women can't do for their daughter. I'm going to say it again. Keisha's going to be able to do things for her daughter as young as she is that older women cannot do for their daughters as old as they are. And that's what's sad. Your prayers can't destroy no yokes. You can pray all you want, but it don't move no mountain. 37 and 25. Psalm 37 and verse 25. I'm not talking about nobody. I'm just talking. Take it how you will. Psalm 37 verse 25. It says, I have been young and now I am old. Yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed beg for bread. You done been young and now you old. Why your seed begging? Begging for attention, begging for love, begging for validation, begging for success. Why is your seed? You done been young and you done got old. You done had the glory of strength and now you got the glory of wisdom, age, experience. Why is your seed begging? We're going to wait. We're gonna give you an opportunity, since you say you a Tata, a Mambo, or Wugon. Why is your seed out here begging for bread? Bread represents prosperity. When we do conjure work and we use bread for cleansing. Yeah, let's talk about what the shoe bread, the 2 fish and the 5 barley loaves of bread. We talking about bread now. Why is your seed begging for the crumbs from somebody else's table? And you're an elder. Because you definitely been young, and now your ass is old. Now the question is, we listening. Why is your seed? Don't worry about nobody else's seed, because if every house was taking care of itself, then it would be an easier journey for all of us. But you don't know how to teach your daughter or your son how to get their daily bread. Oh, we're going to wait. Because one thing you can't lie about, you have been young and now you're old. Why we begging? Why we begging? Huh? If y'all don't mind, the ones that are here, could y'all put why we begging in the live? Why we begging? That's what we want to ask questions. Don't tell me about how bad and powerful you are. Why we begging? See, we done been through so much as a people, we don't have time for nobody sugarcoating nothing no more. That's what we typing in our lives. Why are we begging? You done been young and now we old. Why we begging? Why we don't know how to run that household? Why we don't know how to make our house a peaceful home? Why we don't know how to make that money, take that cinnamon and work that conjure at the front of the door? Why are we begging? Why we don't know how to heal ourselves? Why we got to beg the doctors? Because you done seen all these seasons. You done been through something. Why are we begging? We are the most powerful race of people on planet Earth. Melanin people. Why are we at the bottom? Why you can't get to the top? Why are we begging? Why are we jealous of anybody? Why we are trying to emulate anybody else? Could you explain that? Why are we begging? Because you won't act your age. You so busy not trying to be old, you're not giving us experience. We don't care how many vaginal rejuvenation you do, your ass is still 173 years old. We don't care how much you pull your skin back, bitch, you is still 93. Sir, we don't care how much Viagra, you can pump Viagra through every hole in your body. You is still 91 years old. Sir, why are we begging? While you over there trying to get your dick hard at 70 years old, why are we begging? While you trying to get your titties to sit up and percolate like coffee, why are we begging? Because you won't act your age. And therefore, when you don't act your age, you cannot give experience. You cannot get experience in hoodoo. You cannot give experience in voodoo. You're on the same bullshit. The same foolishness as those young people. You cannot help the young people because you won't act your age. You can't even put the young people in check because you're trying to act like them. What did I say wrong? Where did I tell a lie? Why does it offend you? Why are you going to act like what I'm saying today does not matter? Why you think that what I'm saying today does not affect Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lacuna? Why you think your conjure, Keish, is going to be stronger in prayer than a lot of those people that are older than you? Because you're going to elders. You're going to experience. There's a song that experience is a good teacher. Experience will keep you from begging. Experience will keep you from pleading. Experience will keep you from being walked over. Experience will keep you from being blind. Experience will not. I have certain people. Let me tell y'all this. They do money work, and I can tell when you got parents that are older, but they don't have no wisdom because they learn nothing in life. I'm 51 years old, been at UPS for 30 years. Listen to me, young men and young women. When you work for a company, you have to find out how long you need to work for that company. And there's a term called vested. That means if you pass a certain amount of, if UPS, if you're part-time, you get vested at 5 years. If you're full-time, you get vested at 10 years. Every company has a time where you become what is called vested, which means that, and when you become of age, you will draw a pension, not just Social Security. You will draw a pension. If you have not worked anywhere on planet Earth, you might have had multiple jobs. You may have been started 1,000,001 businesses. But if you have not endured and paid into the system in your own business, you cannot draw a pension. Some of us are going to have more security checks, bigger amounts of security money in our security checks. Stop listening to these people that are out here talking and they lack experience. I'm watching people jump from job to job. I can't take you serious. I'm watching you. You ain't been nowhere to establish a foundation for yourself, to even gain experience. And you wonder why when you get old, you begging. You wonder why when you get old, you begging. You begging for time. You begging for any food. You begging for living space because you wouldn't listen to somebody with wisdom. You wouldn't go back to school. You wouldn't upgrade your ability to make money. I don't care how much you done been on that. I don't care if you don't like your job. If you gonna leave your job after you invested. Because if you leave before that time, they don't have to pay you no pension. That company, if that company is still around, they don't have to pay you. Because you left before you got vested. You fucked yourself. If you stayed with that man for 9 years and you divorced him in them 9 years, you just fucked yourself. Because it takes 10 and a half to be vested. So if you ain't in there for the long haul, don't mess with it, baby. You don't know enough about numbers. You would know that if you were working with an elder. Somebody vested. See, they're over there talking about the bullshit. I'm going to beat them out all day long because they're not vested. And this is the stuff that changes our generation. This is the stuff that makes you a more powerful conjurer, mystic, agitator, whatever it is you in. When you come on my live, don't come here and look for nothing but wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because I don't have time to tell you lies. I don't have time for you to pretend to be something you're not. People think I'm just like the people in college. If you don't show up for class, I'm not for to call your phone. I see some of the dumbest shit from the oldest people. I look at women, I'm like, you in your 40s and you doing some dumb. At your age, if you were acting your real age, you would be making better decisions. Sir, if you were acting your age, you wouldn't be out here still clubbing at your age. You wouldn't out here killing your liver at your age. Hello? It's certain things that nobody should have to tell nobody that understands their time clock. Because if you're acting your age, you're going to do what's best for you in your age bracket. You're gonna make sure that you have certain types of friends at your age. You're going to make sure that you have certain type of associates at your age. You're going to make sure that you have certain distances with yourself, with people, places, and things at your age. But when you're not acting your age, you're not going to do that. This is the lie right now. It should be all over the world. Because it ain't nothing but the truth. There's no way that if I had the resources you had at your age, that I would be doing what you're doing. You don't have to be a six-figure man. You don't have to be a millionaire. At your age, I would not be doing what you're doing with your money. I will be putting my money in my conscience and my education. Anything that is going to propel my education, my financial status. Anything that is going to teach me responsibility. Because the quicker you learn responsibility, the quicker you can stabilize your life. The quicker you learn how to earn money, then the quicker you learn how to save money. The quicker you learn how to save money, it means that you understand your season and what you need to be doing, what you need to be putting back. The quicker you assume the responsibility of your particular age, the better you are off in that existence. You're not hurting nobody by not acting your age. Huh? When older people are more offended than younger people, we got a problem, Houston. Houston, we have a problem. What I'm saying today should make you want to get and act your age. But if what I'm saying today is offending you, and you say, I ain't gonna get that motherfucking nothing. I'm not gonna do that. I don't appreciate that. He trying to say, it ain't my fault. You won't act your age. That's why you trying to fuck your daughter, man. Huh? You won't act your age. That's why you trying to take your son's girlfriend or boyfriend. You won't act your age. That's why you cannot help raise your elay and because you too busy trying to be just like them or trying to fit in with them. I'm not interested in that, sir. I'm not interested in that, man. I came to you because you're an elder. You have experience. And if you can't do that, and you can't teach me anything, then you're like salt that has lost its savor. You're good for absolutely nothing. To be trampled upon the foot of men. That's what you're good for. You are a footstepper. That's what you're good for. You're a doormat. Because nothing you have to offer can help me or anybody else. That's what you should be ashamed of. But you're not. Young people, keep ignoring wisdom. Keep ignoring wisdom. There's an old saying out there that's still true to this very day. I'm 51 years old. A hard head makes a soft ass. That is true in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, and Conjure. Thank you, baby, for that super chat. It gets that real. There's no way at my age that I would entertain the things that you're entertaining. Some of you are so close in my age, the stuff that you're doing, and in a time of, do you realize that I put myself at 51 in the position I did, but I put myself in that position in my 20s? I started working at UPS at 21 years. The things while I was in my strength, I put myself in a better position economically, spiritually. That's why I'm telling it to you. And if you are still playing and not acting your age, maybe this live in particular will make you realize, wait a minute. I can't afford that. I can't afford that time to pass me by. I need to get up on my Joneses. That's what my instant burns are for. That's for my life. When people act in their age, you don't have to tell the people that act in their age what to do. You don't have to remind them. I could never, even though I put myself in a situation where I got strained going through all those ceremonies, I knew my age. I knew I was 51 years old. I knew that I did not have the help, the physical help that I needed. So I did not play around. Some of y'all at certain ages, you still shucking and jiving. You still, at your age, you need to get your business in order. At your age, you need to be getting all you can get. So therefore, when things happen, let me tell y'all something. I was just talking to my son today. When I was younger, it was all about just having a refrigerator and a stove in the house. I said, but now that I'm in my 50s, I need a stove, I need a microwave and a refrigerator in my room. I thank God that I got one in the house. But now I need it even more convenient. Because what if I can't get to the bath? I'm trying to, when you are acting your age, you reassess things. I made things very convenient for me to do my conjure. But you know what I'm doing now? I'm making it more convenient because I'm getting older. I'm not here to put a strain on my life. I am coming up with more conventional ways since we're in the age of Aquarius, of learning what to do at my age, so when I'm 60 and 70 years of age, I can still do my work without the strain. Every 10 years, you should be reevaluating. And some of y'all, every 5 years. Because you so far behind, you need to evaluate a little earlier. And depending on where you are in the, where you're in your 20s, decade, 30s decade, 40s decade, 50s decade, you need to be around certain elders that have experience of what you need to be doing. What type of particular conjure you need to be doing at your age. Because each age bracket needs different things. Don't matter if you're a fire sign, water sign, or earth sign. If this channel is supporting you, helping you, growing, if you want to be a part of what we do here, and especially when it comes to my graveyard work, and let me tell y'all something, I'm very proud of my young people. And I'm shocked at my elders. You more closer to the grave now than the young people, and the young people trying to get their egos together. Why aren't you putting all you can in making sure that you are in a place where you, when you do become an ancestor, that you have elevated your other ancestors. When they greet you, they say, welcome home. You really did that. You went down to that earth realm and you elevated all of us. Huh? And now you sitting in a place in the spirit realm that they can't even sit in. Minister Mario is in a place higher than his mother. Even though she's in the heaven, she's not where Minister Mario, because he's the reason why she got elevated. We all got to leave here, baby. I don't care how good you look for your age. I don't care how good your body look, how good your organ. We all got to get out. How good your credit is, how good you are with money, how you summon spirit. All of that. You're going to be taken away here either by chariot or ambulance. But you're going to get out of here. Whether you have a white chariot or not, you're getting out of here. We have a contract. So what I am saying, sir and ma'am, if you act your age, you will live in safety in your seasons. But the moment you, sir and ma'am, pussyfoot around with your age, you're going to fuck yourself. And you can like or not like what I said, but it don't make it any less true. And that's what melanated people got to get to the point. You can't pick and choose how you want to be served, especially the condition of how we are in this life and how we're reflecting our divine nature in this world, and how these people are mocking and still hanging people from the tree. I don't think we have the time to pitter-patter around here. I don't think we have the time to continue to be foolish. And if you're older and you can't do it, then you need to take your resources and push the younger people. Don't make it harder for them to get there. Make it easier. I like Stormy grandmother and their relationship. I sent her some money as to be a blessing. She sent it back. She said, because I love what you're doing for my granddaughter. See, when elders talk like that, that means they want their generation to do better. Do you understand what I'm saying? An elder makes it easier. That's why I bypassed my mother and went to my grandmother. She was going to send me back and make me mind my mother, but she was going to handle it a totally different way because she's grandmother, not mother. My mother has her role to play, and my grandmother has her role to play. Are you understanding why we need our elders? But we can't have these elders that we have today because our great grandma and they trying to take your man, huh? You come home, she sucking your man's dick. Your grandmama, she done took her teeth out and everything. Because she ain't acting her age. You can't just sit down and talk to her about your problem because she trying to get you to leave him so she can get in. Our elders. You can't even talk to your tata, your mama, your hookah because they too busy not acting their age. They so busy trying to compete with you, they can't teach you. They're so busy trying to compete with you, they cannot teach you. At the end of the day, sir and ma'am, life is what you make it. Love you, appreciate you. I thank God for many of you for being a part of our lives and our programs. But our melanated people need to hear the truth. And life is not going to get better until our elders act their age and our young people act their age. And therefore we know how to help one another in our glory. I can help. I done been young and now I'm old. I can teach you some stuff. I can help you in some stuff. If you trying to grow and develop, and you really about real conjuring, I can help you elevate so much faster if you get about your mother and father's business. As long as you around here slow dripping, get on your grind and stay on your grind until you get to your respective destination. And let me say this. No amount of profanity should keep you away from the truth. No amount of displeasure in my verbiage should keep you from the truth. This is some good teaching. Thank you, baby. Miranda says, still at work. Talk to you later, Chief. Okay, baby. Shit, when you're trying to get it in, you're trying to get it in. I'm going to teach different phases of magic based off of where you are in your life. I want older people, elders, to get certain type of teaching so they can do certain type of magic. I want younger people to get certain type of teaching so they can get certain type of... So when we start coming together, that everybody acting their age, and then we're able to utilize this glory together to get us out of this shithole of a reality that these people don't put us in. But it cannot be done without your participation. The elders need to do their part in their support, and the young people need to do their part in their support. This platform, if you have not figured out, is very good for melanated people. And I serve excellent. You got to stop wasting time. Because when you get into certain age brackets, what you used to can do, you can't do it no more. Huh? When I was young and a whippersnapper, I didn't want to take naps. Now that I got older, I'm taking naps all at the red light. I'm taking naps riding down 95. It ain't the same. I still got conjure. I'm still Isaiah 10:27. I still got yoke destroying. But guess what? The body gets tired faster and quicker. Have some wisdom, sir. You at a certain age, you don't have time to keep playing about your conjure. Ma'am, you don't have time to keep playing about your conjure. Because one thing about it, when they knock you down, I don't know about y'all. I used to jump out of bed when I was younger. I don't do that shit now. I got a good mattress. I got a really good bed. And I don't know because I don't screw with enough people in there to know what it can do. But I do not jump out of bed. Huh? I don't jump out of bed. You know what I do? I start the Rice Krispies treat. You ever heard that commercial? Snap, crackle, and pop. That's what I be doing. I be twirling my ankles and everything to get these muscles. It's almost like the old car back then, the cranker. I gotta get it. I get everything woke up. I can't jump out of bed because I ain't that age no more. I don't jump out of bed. And then I eat. I get up out of bed and I eat. I turn. Before I used to do that. Now at my age, I turn. Then I hold the bed and I lift up. I'm not gonna throw my back out of place because of this Serta mattress. Because Serta can't pick me up. I turn around. What's up there, Prince? Long time no see. Much love to you. Then I turn and I put my feet on the floor. And I ever so gently push up. And that's whether I had sex or not. I don't hurt me trying to get out of bed. There's a time I used to rush to UPS trying not to be late. Now I'm at the age of when I get there. It is what it is. I'm 51. When I was younger, when I used to deliver packages, I'd be jumping over hedges, rocks. I was doing a whole ensemble just to deliver them people. I'd be singing and I'd be jumping. I wouldn't even go around the path. I would jump the hedges. And then I would go deliver the package and then come back and jump the hedges again. Don't do none of that shit no more. None of it. Huh? I walk at a brisk pace. There was time when I used to go to do my delivery. They asked me, son, do you want something to drink? I say, no, sir. Thank you so very much. Now at my age, you want some water? Yes, sir. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it so very much. Thank you, guys. It really helps us out here. Oh, my language is different. I don't. And when I was young, I turned down Gatorade. I turned down a lot. At this, thank you. Even if I got something in my cooler, at this age, I have wisdom. They may be telling me, do I need something to drink because I look that hot? I look that dehydrated. Let me, before I might pass out before I get to my water. Let me get this. You think differently, y'all, when you're at your age. Huh? I have the same freaking nasty sex that I always had. But I have it as a 51-year-old. Huh? Mother Susan came in my house and she seen my stool that I do my extracurricular activities on. She said, oh, I know now what you use that for. So she went and got another chair to sit on. I know she got nerve to be judging me. No. I want to enjoy my sex life, but I'm not going to hurt my back, my hips, or none of that. I remember the time I used to have sex and I would sex right through a cramp. Ain't nothing wrong with saying break. I think different. I'm not going to hurt me trying to get you to no orgasm. I'm not going to suffocate trying to get you to no orgasm. I'm going to plan this out. That's all Apostle Ely trying to tell you. That's all I'm trying to tell you. You can take it however you want. You can mess up your loop. If you're just coming in, sir, man, do yourself a favor. Go back to the beginning of this video and listen to this. And I guarantee it's going to change your magic. I guarantee if you listen to me, gay straight or bi, if you listen to what I'm telling you, I'm 51 years of age. I've been doing this shit a long time. And I done got a lot of victories. A lot of victories. I done got things that I wanted. And I also done bypass things that because I listen, I'm in a better place of life. Gets you some wisdom. Find you a real elder that's acting his or her age. And watch how your life change. God bless.